RedkachRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Patscorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? Shutterworth da Gawd, GOAT artist, LB, Lauderdale boss, RingGangRadio.com in the building.
Ring Gang in the house, yes sir. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What up? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Boxer in the building. I got the Mamba soul in me today, so you go hear the best from me.
Hey, Bodega P, straight
top 80.
Top 81. You know, dropping all types of numbers, man. Take a 24-second violation.
Yep.
All that shit. Oh man! But in case you didn't understand, little joke we just threw out there. You know, if you're living under a rock or some shit, yesterday though we got hit with the news of the unfortunate and tragic passing of Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, as well as 7 other people on a helicopter yesterday morning. Tragic, unbelievably tragic. And unbelievably shocking, So the shock still hasn't worn off yet from that. Because it's like you don't expect. Kobe Bryant is 41. 41's too damn young to go, and to go like that,
Yep.
And it's the thing because Kobe's been in the spotlight since like 1995. You know what I mean?
I got more words. I got more words for him at the end, but I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that to the end. Yeah,
definitely so. But we'll definitely get more into our thoughts about the whole situation towards the end of the tonight's show. In the meanwhile, though, we will get into preview of some of these fight cards that are coming up. Particularly the one that's coming. Damn, they didn't even say which one yet.
Get the trash ones out the way first.
Trash ones. Well, the Miami card's not the trash one, man. We can. It's either that or we can. The PBC one last week was sure as hell trash. Matter of fact, let's do that one first. I want to trash that card. I'm sorry.
Let's start off with that fuckery energy. Yeah, what? You're right. You absolutely right. I don't know why we was going against the grade, nigga.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but PBC when the tale of the two Swifts were fucking announced, I'm like, okay, all right, slide Swifts are gonna be there. Swift is. As you guys know, I was not a fan of the Swift versus Iron Redkach fight at all.
We know.
Yeah, and then,
2 podcasts about it, like.
Yeah, and then I have, we have Jarrett Swiffer, or Black Swift, if you want to be real particular racial about it. He was facing Francisco Santana, who is typically operates at 147. And then you have the...
And hot and cold.
Yeah, hot and cold. And the Fulton Key Guy fight, if that's how you pronounce it.
Hey Guy.
K-Guy, there we go, yeah.
The K silent. For my international brothers, because Ring Gang is worldwide.
So is the
he did. Okay, that guy finally got LB be fucking up so many names. So pretty much we all watched this card last weekend, and I'm sorry, but this shit was the drizzling shits. The first fight was decent enough, but there was a lot of... No, it was decent. Don't say decent enough, because decent enough makes it seem like it was damn good.
Yeah, that's true. It was decent, Fulton and the Asian cat, but there was far too much clinching
for my liking. I mean, it started off promising, but then it evolved into clinching, and because Fulton, I mean, to stop a Ukrainian Asian man, like, you can't just. I mean, you gotta stop them from trying to punch you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I wasn't impressed by Fulton. I'll just be honest, man. Like, I wasn't impressed.
No, I wasn't. Yeah, Fulton doesn't usually fight that negative, but that Asian cat was putting a whole lot of pressure on him, and I think that was probably his only way of actually stopping him, because he couldn't hurt him all that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't hurt some of these cats. So the fight kind of dragged a little bit.
Hell yeah. The clinching.
Yeah.
The fucking running he was doing too sometimes.
Yeah, and there was not enough fades landed.
I don't like that jump back defense. Like, and the nigga was getting hit too with that shit. So it's like, nigga.
Yeah, no.
You step to the side, move your head, like jumping 3 feet back and shit. Like, bruh.
Yeah,
you teleporting, you Nightcrawler now.
Yeah, and I think Fulton, he had a strategy for it, and he executed it, but it executed in a way that was entertaining. And the New York crowd was letting him hear it a little bit during the fight, and I don't blame him too. I mean, if I went to a fight like that and I saw some struggle shit like that, I'd be booing my ass off too. You know what I'm saying? So Fulton won, and and he's like the number 1 contender now for the super bantamweight title, held by Navarrete. So I mean, that may be an interesting fight down the line.
Hold on, wait, Navarrete, that's the dude who beat the Ghana, the kid, Dog Bay.
Yeah,
that's a good fucking fight right there.
Because I don't see.
I don't know if Fulton got that one. It's 50-50 right now. Right,
or maybe in my case it's like 75-25, because Navarrete will probably overwhelm. From what I saw,
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't think Fulton has the tools just yet for Navarrete.
He fights like a stronger version of Paulie Malignaggi. That's how he fights to me. Like when because Paulie he wasn't really an inside fighter. So when you start mauling him and getting in his shit, he'll do all that clinching. That's what he tried to do with Hatton. Yeah. I mean, and that didn't work.
Now, Fulton has skills, but for right now, I feel like
Paulie got skills too. It's not like a
no. I mean, I wasn't like trying to bring Paulie into this or anything. But my 2 cents, because I had my shit on mute and I didn't realize it. But Fulton has skills, but I feel like right now, he still fights very, very amateur-y, for lack of a better word. His jab was that was probably the best thing about that fight, is his jab was on point. Like, he was jabbing the shit out of him.
That was the most impressive. I'll take that back. That was the only thing he did that impressed me.
Yeah.
The jab. Only thing. People bringing that up. Because I forgot about that shit. The clinching of the fight was just so rough and ugly. I couldn't even remember nothing good about it.
Like, and I don't know. I've seen Fulton stand his ground before, like, more. So I don't know why he didn't do it in this fight. Like, I was a little confused about the fight, the way that he fought outside of the jab.
He was throwing hard, so it's like, why are you gonna throw hard and fucking run? Like, you're not Thurman. And see, and the thing is with Thurman could do it without getting, unless you're Pacquiao, Thurman could do it without getting tagged repeatedly.
Right.
Like, a lot of these niggas, they don't know how to use the ring and back foot box and set up shots and run guys into down their power shots like Freitas and Thurman could do. Like, Fulton, like, he only could really just do the jab, like, but all he basically had to do was just jab and just turn Buddy into the right hand each time. But it's like it's like he didn't want to turn. He would, instead of turning from the right hand, like, pivoting, he would like just jump back 2 feet. Mm-hmm. Like on some road, that shit Roy Jones used to do, bro.
Yeah, well, I think Fulton was a little. I could tell at times he was a little uncomfortable because K-Guy was making it real rough. Like, he was getting to it. So I think he did what kind of off instinct what he could, and that was just to hold him over and over.
Right.
The Muhammad Ali Leon Spinks rematch strategy. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, hold on, clinch. Nah, nigga, shit.
Against Navarrete, I think he has the skills, but it's just I don't know if Navarrete might be a little too much for him.
Navarrete gonna keep him at the end of them punches, man. If he do that, it's over.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a wrap. Fulton ain't gonna do a damn thing about that. Not at all.
I think he could if he work the jab and don't fight scary, like really stand your ground, but work the jab and just work in circles. 3-foot rule.
Yeah.
he'll beat it for Navarrete because even Dog Bay landed on dude when he was in close. It's just he couldn't fucking withstand the firepower coming back, and then you just can't stand in front of Navarrete.
No, you can't because you'll catch work.
Yeah, you don't stand in front of no bigger guy with power. What the fuck? Like, a lot of this shit is like, there's certain just common basics that you gotta follow. Like, they may sound cliche, but I mean, it's cliche because it happens all the time.
Facts.
But yeah, we could go into that deeper when they do eventually fight, hopefully. But other than that, Fulton, he still got some work to do in my eyes.
He do. You know, like I said, and hopefully that he'll learn to probably engage more because, you know, you get attention by punishing opponents, not holding them.
Yeah.
You know, so
because they trying to relive their prom. Yeah, I ain't go to mine, but I mean, I ain't trying to see dancing either way. Shit.
Facts. Oh man! So I mean, after that fight, we got the return of Jarrett Hurd with a new trainer, a new haircut, cut that silly OBG shit off his head, and
rear malfunction.
And, you know, and then losing his belts to J-Rock. You know, so we're all trying to see what this nigga has learned, you know, in this time off. He's learned a couple things, not all of them good. In fact, I don't think none of them was good. I mean, Hurd himself is a big guy for 154. He can probably fight as a light heavyweight. And so imagine my surprise when you see this motherfucker like with his moving, like dancing around the ring, like hopping like he's Ali, with his one arm is like in a fixed position, and the other one's like jabbing. Like
I thought this was Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora, bro.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck is he doing?
Hey, what is this Dancing with the Stars bullshit?
I wasn't ready for that comparison.
Yeah, and then it just got worse from there. Like, the funny thing is too, all that moving, and Santana was still able to hit him over and over again. And Santana is a 147 fighter, so Hurd's chin can take that type of punishment. But it's just like it didn't look good. Like you're supposed to, like Santana in
a few rocked his head back, like snapped his head back. So
it did.
Anything that snap your head back, legit, you know, had got some force behind it, you know.
Right. And it's just like it just seemed like Hurd was just really fighting to either go to his old style, which probably he would have gotten rid of Santana if he did, and try to keep what he was doing in camp. And it was just a whole bunch of struggle shit. It was awful. Like I was like this one. I thought I was gonna nod off.
Bruh, I was fighting the damn sleep so fucking bad in that fight. My goodness, like it just carried over from the Fulton fight to the Hurd fight. When I see Hurd come out there, he's trying to jab. Then I notice, you know, he got his hand down. He bopping and moving and shit. I'm like, hold on, like this Highlander, like you beat Lara, then you turn into him, like I'm like
I mean, here's the issue with me. I feel like I get what Hurd is doing. Hurd is trying to switch up his style for longevity, but in this fight against a guy that you have clearly outmatched, like it's not a good indicator of like how you're going to use it in future fights when you're fighting live competition. So, like, he was trying to go back and forth too much, and it just looked terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we call that a career mode style malfunction.
If he would have, like, I felt like he should have just done it the first couple rounds, like the first 4 or 5 rounds, just to show, okay, you can do it, and then afterwards just go Jason Voorhees and finish him off. But there was no reason to just have him lingering the whole fight. It didn't make any sense.
He couldn't do it. He couldn't apply the type of violence that he normally applies with that style. That's the whole malfunction part of it. It's like, basically, you created a player in Fight Night, and he has the physical dimensions of Mike Tyson, but you're trying to make him fight like Prime Roy Jones. So instead of Mike Tyson going in there with the peekaboo style, bobbing and weaving, ducking, jab, slipping in there to get inside and hit you, you got Mike Tyson out there at 5'10", with one hand down in his pocket, leaning forward on the front foot, trying to throw pot shot right hands and Larry Holmes jabs from the waist and shit. And he's not even spinning around the ring in circles. He's moving backwards. He's going back.
Yeah, which he looks terrible at. Just to add, he looks terrible going back.
Clumsy as fuck. Like, oh.
I never want to see him go backwards in a fight again.
Hell no. So now you see how that looks. Like when you box, you have to look. Basically, when you teaching somebody how to box, or they're developing their style. They get the basics, but that basics is formulated with their physical dimensions. Right. So they gotta be able to do things with the basics that their physical dimensions could allow.
Yeah, and with Tyson's around the ring is not one of the things that Hurd should be doing. Especially
exactly. Not for his physical dimensions.
Yeah, I felt like the way he was stepping back, like the way he was doing it, like if he was fighting a live competition, like a better fighter could have fucking overhand righted him and dropped his ass.
Thank you, because all he had to do was just shift over. See, Santana was throwing fucking straight right hands. So Hurd has some type of defensive reflexes. Like, he sees it, so he was able to block or move a little out the way the right hand when they were straight. But after a while, like, they started landing because it's like Santana was now pursuing him more, so the right hands were coming more often.
Right.
And Hurd's backing straight up. So imagine if Santana just cut off the ring and fucking just threw a right hand from over the top. Would have easily countered him hard. Easily got
trouble.
It would have been a career mode glitch. we only got the malfunction. the style malfunction. Like, his attributes are just so much over Santana. He was going to win no matter what style he used. It's just, if he would have just did like P said and just came out there, and I don't even say don't even fucking play with that other bullshit style. Go in from the beginning, seek and destroy, get this guy out of there. You be done in 6 rounds tops.
Well, no, I mean, I get it. I can't fault him for trying a different style for what he's trying to do in the long run, but it just didn't make sense to drag it the way he did. To, like, when you're against an overmatched opponent, like, what is the point? Okay, you've already made your point that you can do this style. Now finish him off. Like, there's no reason to just keep him hanging around forever and ever.
But it was never the fight for that though, man. Like, all that experimenting shit is in sparring. Like, this dude, like, he don't watch no tape. Like, Santana, you didn't need to box this dude, man. That's the whole.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I was telling Elby is like, I expected Santana not to be able to hurt Hurd, but I didn't expect Hurd not to be able to hurt Santana.
Exactly.
I feel like he didn't even really try to hurt him. Like, I don't know.
When he would throw those right hands, he was throwing them hard, turning them over and shit. They weren't the normal clubbing right hands he throw, but it's just he wasn't throwing no left hook behind him. He wasn't. It's like if Hurd's not coming forward, it's like Lamont Peterson. Some guys they just made to come forward. When you take that away, they become average.
Yeah. Well. To be fair, the difference is because I remember we've had the discussion about that for a while. When Lamont Peterson comes forward, he gets hit a lot, and he doesn't have a Hurd chin where he can fucking absorb that punishment. So
but him coming forward gives him his best chance of winning. We've never seen Peterson really win a complete fight cleanly on the back foot.
Yeah. In fact, it was him fighting on the back foot most of the time against Danny Garcia. It's probably actually cost him the victory.
There you go. Anytime Peterson comes forward, that it increases his chances in the fight tenfold. When he stopped fucking around with damn Amir Khan, what happened? Had that nigga doing wind sprints and like a wounded gazelle and shit.
yeah.
So it's like, okay, when he fucking stopped playing around with fucking Danny Garcia, started really putting hands on Danny Garcia.
Exactly.
Like, you didn't really see Danny Garcia get hit like that in them 2 rounds. The next time you would see that was like the Thurman fight, then you ain't really seen it since.
True.
So it's like, but people forget about that though. But I mean, I still had Danny Garcia winning. But you know.
But anyway, honestly, this Hurd Santana fight to me just felt like a glorified sparring session.
It did, and the crowd
Whole card was that shit.
No,
Yeah.
but this was like sparring session to the max. This like I felt like I could have went to the gym and saw this for free.
Yeah, and only in the last seconds of the fight did Hurd actually put Santana down, actually have him in some sort of trouble. But I was like, you could have done this rounds ago. You know, so I am definitely not confident on where Hurd is right now at this point. Like, that was an awful showing by him. In like the style that they're trying to impose on him to extend his career, it's the wrong style. And whatever's good, they need to change that. They need to learn this. And they need to change it. Like now.
They don't have to change anything. Just sharpen up what's there. Make him move his head more. Make him jab more. Make him shift. Make him turn over the right hand so it's not the clubbing shot and it's a sharp fucking right hand.
Mm-hmm.
Why try to recreate her? Like, I don't get it. Like, sharpen up, man.
Well, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, like I said, depending on if he takes a high profile fight next, if he does, then I'm betting against him losing that fight cleanly.
Yeah, like honestly, like if he fought at 160 against Munguia, I wanted to see that fight before, but now, and I thought Hurd would win, but now I'm like,
I think Munguia will tee off on him badly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Charlo would probably knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't put like. I don't know who I would damn pick Hurd to beat now looking like that. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe, man. I mean, I don't know. I know this is their first fight.
He's going to 160 soon, so where he's not going to have that advantage over the 154 guys like he does now.
But shit, he'll still be strong as fuck though. But he needs to fight like that. Use his strengths, man. All this.
I mean, no,
he's
still gonna be strong. But I don't think he's gonna be that much stronger than like. Can you really say that he's that much stronger than Big Charlo?
Nah, I think Big Charlo might be stronger.
Exactly. I'm not even sure he's that much stronger than Munguia.
Yeah, well, I mean, Munguia got him on the work rate. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, and maybe on the techniques part now too with that damn power jab.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because Hurd ain't really do anything impressive, you know.
Because even the smaller guys at 160, like a Derevianchenko, who's small in stature, is still strong as hell for his size.
True. So even Kolke might give damn Hurd a rough fight.
Oh God.
he be slinging them right hands. I mean, we know Hurd be catching them shits.
Flush.
No, I mean, and that's the thing. He could move his head. I've seen him move his head, and but the thing is, he only does that shit for like the first 2 rounds, and then he just margaritos you to death.
Facts.
If they could just keep him,
I think he's more Angulo, but
I mean, Angulo did a better job of parrying shots, man. Like Hurd kind of slips more, but he only does it for like the first 2 rounds. Like, I mean, I see because Angulo is like a more technical sound Margarito when you think about it.
yeah,
Right.
I'm saying like I don't think Hurd is as crude as Margarito. They just come forward a lot and can take like that Terminator style. But I think he's a little more. I always found Hurd a little bit more refined than Margarito. That's why I said
it ain't like Margarito was like just super crude. Like he was just like your standard Mexican pressure fighter. Like he didn't look.
He came off crude as fuck a lot of times.
Shit, like Carl Froch looked more crude than me. Like shit.
Oh, you might have a point there. I've erased that name from my head. I don't want to bring it back into my head.
No, because Antonio Margarito, I think what it looked bad because Margarito would look slow. Like he looked so beatable. Like you could get him, like in basketball, like you could get him off the first dribble, you could get him off the first jab, and just keep punching on some Lay Ali shit.
Facts.
And then it's like you do that, and it's like he eats him, but then he starts throwing little uppercuts on you, and he's pushing you backward with jabs, and his chin is just pushing you backward because he's just eating them shits.
Yeah, I mean, Hurd is a mess, man. And this part there's nothing, and it was hard to watch. The crowd definitely didn't like it. I didn't like it. It's just like, Hurd. They probably need to spoon feed him a little bit with another. I would think putting him with a better opponent would just give him another L on his record. Yeah, you might as well just spoon feed him and then try to iron out what the fuck what they did in the first camp.
Let him fight Gallimore.
Gallimore, shit. Yeah, Gallimore will tag him at will. Yeah.
But I mean, this is the thing. Look, Gallimore could be beaten.
You can.
But he'll make you work for it, and he got a punch. I mean, if you supposed to be going to the elite and you are you formerly elite and you want to get back, I mean, and that would be a good fight. Like I feel like we would all kind of be like, okay, let's see what goes on. Like I think that's a logical, or at least that type of opponent, somebody who's a little, who's kind of dangerous.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Like Hurd went from it's like he's going backwards now. Like to the
Gallimore was more forward than fucking Santana. Santana wasn't even backwards. Santana was like backwards, then down the street, then cross the corner, then okay, yeah, we here.
Yeah.
But these Gallimore is like,
yeah, but it's
the
like
house in the back type shit.
You fought guys like Harrison, and like Harrison is way better than Gallimore. So it's like the fact that you're going like you went from Harrison to Trout to like now you're going backward. Like those guys were better than Gallimore. The fuck.
Yeah, but he got the new coach. I mean, he's trying to find himself, but I just feel like honestly, real talk, man. I think he needs to see like a Freddie Rhodes, Robert Garcia type of coach, man. Somebody, or even Abel Sanchez. Somebody.
I think he could work well with Robert Garcia. I don't know if Freddie Roach is a good fit for him, honestly.
Well, Freddie Coach will have him moving his hands. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's some guys who are just gonna always be more of a threat when they're moving their hands because their defense ain't really the best. Like, if you could get Hurd to focus on defense throughout the fight while still maintaining a high work rate, basically on some Roberto Duran, Roman Gonzalez shit, he'd be a problem.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Exactly, and
don't turn him into something else.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, Hurd, you get the thumbs down, you get the gas praise for your performance, and performance make me fall asleep on my love seat. And then now on to the main event, which was super trash. I mean, it was super trash on paper, and it was super trash watching. Of course, I'm talking about Danny Garcia. Now, I've said it before. I understand why he's facing Redkach. It wasn't like his first choice, although it could be sometimes, if you think about it. But unfortunately, he was supposed to face Errol Spence, but Spence is, he's busy ironing out some issues. So we get this.
Fuck my life.
Yeah. Now, Redkach, like I said before, his momentum is he knocked out Devin Alexander. So you're thinking, and then he's over there in these interviews looking all types of crazy and whatnot. So you're thinking that maybe, okay, he's gonna make Danny respect him. You're like, okay, let's see what he can do. Didn't do a damn thing. Well, except for that brief moment where he bit Danny, and for some reason that shit was not a DQ, was not called or anything.
Tyson Redkach.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this fight was an atrocity. It was horseshit. Danny should have been
I get it was a bad fight, but I can't say it's in the top 3 worst fights I've ever seen. Type.
Yeah, nigga, you're going to it. See, I'm talking about last night. Shit was Saturday. It was a horrid fight. And you're like, you expect it. You hear these talks about him supposedly being elite at 147, but he can't get rid of a guy that a shot to pieces John Molina was able to do in only 4 rounds. And he's over there Danny's over there trying to chase the guy, and you're trying to, and you realize that you can't cut off a ring to cut worth the damn. And Redkach was still in there, with his southpaw. Danny also didn't seem to know how to fight him all that much either, which was another eye-raising thing. And basically, Redkach successfully managed to exploit some of Danny's flaws without offensively taking advantage of them, except for that jab to the stomach. That was, for some reason, he also landed that pretty regularly. I don't know why, but he was resetting Danny all the time. But like I said, he just didn't put any effort to try to do something, and it got tedious. And Redkach got a little bit wild, and Danny finally started landing on him a little bit. And then the last 3 rounds of the fight, I think Danny kind of coasted, and even though Redkach kind of packed it in, and the crowd really let that bull out of it. And of course, I'm on my love seat, just slapping myself at this point, and then pacing myself around the living room like I actually have some issues, and I don't. I just have issues watching this fight. It's making me go to sleep. It was a horrible way to end my Saturday night of boxing.
Tell them what you mad, son.
I feel like the last time I felt like this, I wasted my time, was watching fucking Truax and Quillen fight to a 2-round no contest. I was just that's what I was like. I stayed up to watch this, and I was just like, the fuck.
I mean, at least you got that. You had a decent fight before that, though.
No.
Damn, Cocaine Derevyanchenko wasn't decent.
No, I thought you were talking about last Saturdays. Oh, no, Cocaine.
Yeah. Sorry, I got confused with what you were saying.
Oh,
too.
I'm like, shit. Like, we just ragged on.
That wasn't a
Hurd fight.
But like I said, it was just one of the things where it lasted. I was up past 1 o'clock watching the PBC card, in that fight, and I was just like, I'm over it for tonight. And that's
it was
how I felt.
Riding cherry on a spoiled cake. Like the whole card was trash, and it's like Danny Garcia, all he had to do was just knock this guy out, or just put a damn sustained beating on this dude until they stopped it, or the dude just quit, or they just went 12 rounds. And it's like, we didn't get that. And for the level of opponent and the performance he had last time, it's another one of those PBC fumbles.
Yeah.
Because he shouldn't have been having a 9-month layoff anyway.
Right. Because reportedly he said he had to lose 25 pounds in 8 weeks.
Yep. Which is crazy. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
You've been eating good.
He's going through that Thurman, I'm eating good, I'm chilling phase.
Yeah, so, I mean, Danny's not out there at least playing a wooden kazoo though, like Thurman is, so you can understand it. Because Thurman's trying to find enlightenment. Danny is
playing wooden kazoo.
What was that?
Yeah, like something stole his voice or some shit. like Darth Vader choking or something. Like,
Yo, peace, stupid, yo. But yeah, no, this fight wasn't it, man. I was just pissed. Like, it was like twice I almost caught myself falling asleep, and I was just like, this is horseshit. And like the crowd was pissed about this shit. I'm just like,
it was a trash fight. Like,
it was a trash fight.
The only reason I don't say like Danny Garcia wasn't impressive at all. The only reason I don't say he didn't have a terrible performance was because he didn't get caught with anything. He didn't get hurt or stumble. Because then if that would have happened, it would have just been a wrap. Like,
yeah, I would have wanted some more if I.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can't have this type of performance and then get stunned. It's like, damn, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on. So I'll give you credit for that. Like, he didn't fall all the way down the jobber meter.
Well, I know Danny was like in the post-fight interviews giving a lot of excuses for his performance and everything like that. I'm like, no. Yeah, I think somehow, some way, someone trying to convince him that this dude is like a power puncher that he can get rid of cats with one punch, like he was back at 140 again, and it's not that way. It hasn't happened yet.
Nah, it happens when he moves his hands. The thing is, Danny don't move his hands. It happened in the Granados fight because he moved his hand and he was in shape and he looked like he was bulkier too in that fight. Like he had some strength training and everything. So Danny Garcia could punch. He could hit. His punches are compact and just forceful. But if he's not setting them up with the jab, if he's not constantly at you and throwing them, then you don't get the effect like that. Because he's not on no Canelo shit like where his punches are flashy. They thud and disconnect. Like, boom. Like, he's not moving his head countering to really set up no ill beautiful shit. he's just getting in exchanges and timing you. That's all he does really. But he needs to force the exchanges more. Like I'll say this: Juan Estrada does what Danny Garcia does 2 times better.
Interesting. Yeah, and probably true too. You know what I'm saying? But Danny, that shit was definitely. It was not. I mean, personally, I think too that Danny probably needs a new trainer. Like, I know this is his father that controls everything, but I think he's probably taking himself his natural, whatever it is, natural gift, natural talents. He's taking it as far as it can go with his father being his head trainer. Like he might need his camp to be shaken up a little bit.
I mean, you can probably keep his dad in the corner or in the camp. Just he needs another set of eyes. But even then, it's just I feel like it's a motivational thing. Like Danny's major flaw is just not giving a damn sometimes in these fights. Like just not moving his hands. It's the shit we complain about with Broner. But does Danny just actually wins more? But then he fights. He don't fight as many guns as Broner do either.
Also right. And it's just like I mean I know pretty much this guy. I mean I don't know where his desires, but pretty much he keeps on saying, oh yeah, I want Pacquiao, I want Spence, I want Thurman again, I want Porter again. It's just like
then fucking fight him again. Like what's all these holdups, man? Like, but even then, like fight some other contenders that could, make for good fights, man. That's why I hated this fucking fight.
Like for instance, like Ugas. Ugas was waiting there. Ugas was also like a number 1 contender. There was no reason why Ugas and Danny Garcia should have not fought. Instead, of course, Ugas is he's facing somebody from the past. Mike Dallas. Then a fight that I just can't give 2 shits about. But then Ugas could have been facing someone like Garcia, and there could have been a fight that that could have been the fight for him.
But
yeah, that would have been actually a good fight. Like Danny would have probably been a slight favorite.
yeah, but at least for Ugas style dimension would probably make it interesting, pleasant for Danny, and really that's the type of fight Danny needs, because else he'll start spoiling on the vine, and it's short, and you can see it happening shortly. Depending if you take,
he's becoming hot and cold now, because Sean Porter fight, then Granados fight. Now he's back to this level fighting, and it's like, come on, man, Billy Joe Garcia. Hey, just put it together, man. Just all the time, please. Like, you're only fighting once a year. You mean to tell me you can't give us 80% at once a year? That's all. And I'm a Danny Garcia fan. I'm just saying, bruh.
Me too, man. I get it. I mean, I can't blame him, but I mean, you got to think he would show up a little bit better than, knowing, it's a replacement. You know what I'm saying? I understand, you were supposed to be fighting Spence, but
it's a replacement he knew about. It wasn't like they got this guy in the last 2 weeks or some shit. Like, this was a built-up 2-month fight.
Yeah, I mean, the least you could do is show out. Like, I mean, he did what he had to do, but it could have been like, I mean, I wish he just would have stopped him. Like, I really wish he would have gotten him out of there. If he would have, and he could have gotten him out of it if he
it's
played
like he put
it
himself
right.
on the same level as the other Swift.
And like, I don't understand this whole like, he's a southpaw, and I'm trying to fight, the big name southpaws. But Redkach isn't Spence. He's not Pacquiao. Like, if you can't handle that kind of southpaw, like, what makes you think you're going to be able to handle, the other southpaw? This is
Exactly.
it's a totally different style. Like, it's a mess. Yeah.
But if you can't handle Redkach playing keep away and trying to survive, so what happens if you hurt Manny and you can't go in for the kill because Manny's footwork is like light years beyond yours? So it's like,
well, to be fair, Manny, the one thing with Manny is his legs are shot. So
but he still can move though, and Manny ain't the best.
If Pacquiao gets hurt, if Swift hurts him, he could finish him because his legs are shot.
I don't even know about all that now.
Right. I think
now we're getting to the if Garcia moved his hand, he could finish everybody. he need to do it already and start finishing niggas then. Because it looked like because we're coming off of Pacquiao shot footwork beating a prime guy's better footwork than Garcia's footwork. He's gonna Garcia's gonna beat that guy.
Not at all. It'll be
I hate to play triangle theory, but I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, it was. It basically, I felt first of all, I was like, man, that's what I pay Showtime for every month for, to watch horse shit like this. And it was just PBC needs to do better. I'm sorry, PBC. I don't know what. Yes, the two Swifts could have been better. You got some better opponents. This was not the way. This was a horseshit fight card.
There's a waste of time. Just a lateral movement. Nobody's stock rate rolls on that card. Nobody's.
Well, Swift wasn't supposed to. That was the point.
No. Even a showcase fight, you're supposed to showcase.
No, Danny. And by Swift I mean Danny.
No, same thing, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah. You're not supposed to.
The same. Look, if honestly it was worse, I'd rather him go into a fight knowing, he bodied Granados last time, haha. Like, that was my whole running gag for Pat the whole year. Now I gotta be like, God damn it. Y'all listen to this shit. Anytime Pat would mention Garcia, I'd be the first one to be like, he bodied Granados. I was literally the white guy in the damn barbershop in Coming to America.
Well, the reason why I said that is this. I look at it I feel like he wasn't supposed to in a way, because he's just playing the keep to keep his spot for the big guy that he was supposed to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like remember when Porter was the mandatory for the WBC and he wasn't fighting nobody because he was just trying to wait for Thurman?
Yeah, but like Porter was still bodying dudes. He talking like the Eric Boone cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of struggled that fight, but Porter bodied him though.
He did.
And it was an entertaining fight on what, Spike?
Yep.
Well,
On an entertaining card.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. Like, I'm talking about after he lost to Thurman and then he beat Berto to become the mandatory. He was basically just fighting no names and fighting people that, like, wasn't moving the needle for him.
Wait. Hold on. He fought Berto, then he fought, what, Granados, right?
He fought Granados, and then who else did he fight? But he wasn't really fighting nobody that could, like,
Berto,
really...
You saying nobody, but Berto and Granados are like two names. Like, what?
like,
even Berto's a better name than Redkach.
But you know Berto not providing no resistance. Fuck the name.
No, but Berto's still dangerous. If he decides to throw a fucking uppercut, you know he could do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know Redkach and all these niggas, you know Redkach wasn't gonna do shit. So, of course, Danny's expected to just run through a guy like that.
Mm-hmm. And didn't. Not even coming close.
And this is the thing, if I would have rather Danny get tagged a few times, go for the kill, and body dude. Because even Granados hit him a few times, but like Danny was so zeroed in on dude, it's like it didn't matter.
Right.
And sometimes you get these opponents where it just doesn't matter. You're supposed to just go in there and beat their ass. Like, bruh, like you think there's some people I would like if I'm in the corner for you or PJ, you think and I see the level of guy you're fighting, you think I'm gonna fucking give you some long ass strategy? I'm gonna just be like, bruh, you know what you gotta do. I mean, that's all that is. It's like, come on. He wasn't fighting no damn Obakar or no fucking damn Teddy Reed or nobody, like some dangerous, some skill, some something like.
No, he was fighting a former lightweight who had been knocked out. Who had been knocked out by John Molina, a shot piece of John Molina.
Somebody that's like 2 weight classes under you. So it's like, come on, man, like.
Damn, nigga, that's like the 5th time you said John Molina. We plugging his name all in tonight.
Well,
yo, for real, like,
we were done
going off on that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, because like I said, you can't be calling no Swift elite this, elite that, and you can't stop someone like this. I'm sorry.
I mean, this is the thing with the welterweight division, because there's so many popular names, we just start throwing elite around when there's only really 3 elite guys at welterweight.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I don't think none of them niggas is elite. Honestly, at this point in their career,
when you think about it, yeah, you could say that. You could say that. Pacquiao the only elite guy did.
No, even Pacquiao at this point, I wouldn't call him elite. I would call him above average. No, like very good, very good. But I wouldn't call him elite. He's
for the
very
division.
Good.
I mean, so hold on. If he's very good. And he has he's the most accomplished at the division. What the fuck is everyone else?
Right?
well, I guess Thurman was just pretty decent then when he beat him.
No. Thurman is also very good. I didn't consider Thurman like. Well, I mean, I also grade very high. I'm also very harsher when it comes to.
He was the most accomplished young fighter in that welterweight division.
True.
Right. He beat the guy that we have conversations of. Fucking Swift now. Porter, all of these guys, it's like that shit been happened, and it's like Pacquiao beat him, and it's like, okay, like he's not elite.
Yeah, no. I think maybe Pat might be confusing elite with top tier. Top tier. Elite, no.
Top tier.
all I know right now, if we look at the standings in the division and the potential from everybody, right now, Spence is a question mark because we don't know how he's going to rebound back. Pacquiao's old, but he just got the biggest win in the division in like the last year or so.
Facts.
So and Sean Porter already lost to the guy that Pacquiao just beat, who was the second most accomplished dude in the division. So it's like, what are we saying here? If that's not elite, like, then look at Canelo. Is he elite then? Because the only razor thin fights with Golovkin, whether you got him winning or losing. He only fought with Jacobs. Okay, Jacobs. That was another competitive fight. He didn't look impressive in. What other damn middleweight contenders he beat so we could call him elite at 160? you see where I'm going with this? So
I see where you're going with that.
And then Crawford ain't beat shit at 147. So can we truly call him elite at 147?
When I see,
especially if you see Thurman is just very good.
No, I mean like I don't know. Like I said, Thurman is top tier. Like he's a top tier guy in the division. All these like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was responding to Pat when he said that we, or you, when whoever said when we're throwing around like all these guys are elite. I'm saying I don't think any of these guys are elite. They're top tier. They're the top tier guys.
See, that was my point, because that's what I was saying. Like at 147, you got all these popular names, so people just start throwing elite around, and it's not really true. They just got big names.
I'm very selective when it comes to elite. The term elite.
Like 147 elite to me is just Pacquiao, Thurman, and used to be Spence.
And Pacquiao is, I guess he's elite still on his name. But I think like at this point in his career, I don't even think he's elite anymore. But he's still very, very good.
He's elite until somebody beats him, bro.
Facts.
I mean, whether you like it or not, if he's not elite, then what the fuck?
I'll fuck it.
Are we even watching boxing then? Like, well, what more he got to do?
Fair enough.
Oh man. So as you can tell, like I said, when we talk about something like this for this main event and not the main event itself completely, then the shit was a straight fail.
Damn, PBC, y'all had us arguing about damn Pacquiao and the lead and a whole bunch of other shit because this card was so trash.
Yeah, PBC, you gotta do better, man. I mean, I know you got the you got the Dallas Ugas fight next weekend, and we just have to see how that goes.
Oh, hold on. I'm getting PBC's response. We're saying PBC, step it up. PBC is saying, yawn. Wait, talk to me. Don't wake me up until Fury Wilder. That's what PBC just told me.
The whole office just like, just Fury Wilder. Like, we closed. They acting like that because look at the fights they put out, and they already had a damn accident, career mode glitch with fucking J-Rock, so they ain't even gonna take no more chances.
Yep. Oh man. Oh, that was a horrid card. And PBC needs to be ashamed of themselves. But